Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the September meeting of Castlethorpe Parish Council. We have a brand new councillor tonight who's just signed all the relevant papers, Luke stated, but unfortunately at the moment his computer's not working, so we hopefully will be going live with him soon.
I've got a face for the radio, so
He says he's the face for radio.
No arguments there.
No. Anyway, welcome to the council.
thank you very much.
Yeah. This is the second time, so you know what it's all about. Right. So there is one member of the public here, Tony Bracey. But do you have anything to say in the open forum? Right. Okay, so we'll go on to the proper council meeting. There's apologies for absence from Steve Bradbury, who is in Barley at the moment. Probably not enjoying it. Much rather be here, I'm sure. And we're also joined remotely by Phil Ailes, who is in America at the moment. Right, the declarations of interest by councillors in the agenda items. I have one which is 5.4, which is the planning application. I have an interest in that. The minutes of 3 previous meetings, the monthly meeting on we're getting a bit of feedback there. The monthly meeting.
There we go.
Talk about shambles. All right, it should be okay now. The monthly meeting of the 7th of July, and then there were 2 extraordinary meetings on the 16th of July and the 20th of July to debate certain matters. So does anybody have any comments on any of those? Or are we all happy to sign them all? Okay, look.
Yeah, we can't have anything. See you.
Yeah, that's
Thank you very much.
well, that things are volume all the way down. So there's a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next item is the clerk's report, which I'm skipping. So, as you know, we finished second in the Best Kept Village competition, just 4 points behind the winning village of Mersley, which is the only new bit. Does anybody have anything to say about items 1 to 14?
No.
These are things like damaged bollards and faulty lighting.
They've been done, the bollards. You've noticed.
Okay.
We fixed them.
Yeah, they've been fixed.
I did notice there was a new bollard down Station Road, the second. So
Oh, yeah, that was in October.
that's been October, yeah. Okay. And does anybody have any comments about the remaining items up to 25? Oh, nope. Okay. Moving on. Alison Andrew, our ward councillor, will be joining us shortly. She has got to give a report. Hounslow Parish Council have got their meeting tonight as well. So we'll defer that one until she gets here. We have 4 new planning applications. One is, or 2 of them are actually variations of approved plans. The first one is 22 North Street, Castlethorpe, to change the rear extension, which has already been approved. There's two new ones, 11 Bullington End Road, demolition of an existing conservatory and erection of a two-storey rear and siding extension. And there's one at 44 and 45 for Jackers, which is changing the rear and erecting two-storey rear extensions of front porches and changes in windows. And 5.4, which is the one that I have an interest in, which is discharging the conditions of condition 3 of the planning application, which was approved. So, does anybody have any comments about any of them?
Nope.
I've looked at the new ones, and particularly the ones in the Checkers. I think they're a big improvement on the existing frontage and rear of the existing building.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're just now being joined by our ward councillor, Alison Andrews. So we'll go back to item 4.2, the ward councillor's report.
We'll do a sample catch up
Please, on the spot.
It's the second time I've just on hand smoke, so. Okay, a couple of things from me. I think I'd had some comments about the highways visit. Highways coming up. That's now being moved to the 24th of September. So if anybody's got any additional comments, let me know, because the intention is to drive them around some of the hot spots where we've had issues. Yes. No, obviously sticking to speaker then. Because when I originally spoke to Highways about some of the issues around here, the data they were using stops in 2023 and hasn't included a lot of the incidents that we've had, specifically at Tattle End, Devil's Dip, all the places we all know about. So I've done a trawl of Thames Valley Police and Fire Service and other bits and pieces and things that people have sent to me, and there's about another 19 incidents, 17 of which have had emergency services. So I think it's time that they looked at visibility issues, whether give way or stop signs to be used, those kind of things. So any more comments, let me have them, just email them to me, and I'll take them on a good drive.
And if any residents, your email is alison.milton-keynes.gov.uk.
Remembered, perfect.
Yes.
So the other thing, on Friday night, we had the Police and Crime Commissioner came up to Handsoap. We'd had a couple of high profile incidents in Handsoap, so we wanted to put together a meeting, get Matthew to take questions. It's his job to, key things that he does is hold the operational police to account, and also community engagement. So we had lots of questions specifically about speeding, and the kind of police presence here. He gave us up-to-date figures about the amount of police that we have. They're doing a big recruitment drive. We've got more than we've ever had. PCSOs are having turnover of, so they're trying to get some more there. And really just updating everybody on how things are.
Yeah, I was at that meeting. I was very comforted by what he had to say.
Yeah, it was a good meeting. It was good to see so many people turn up and be engaged in the process. And he's a really good guy. And some of the things I've worked on, he's been incredibly supportive and we managed to get things done. What's the other things? Two other small things. One, I've been speaking to the doctor's surgery, because that obviously affects a lot of people in Castlethorpe as well. And after their change of ownership, and things seem to be really improving there, which is fantastic. So we're starting to look at the S106 funding expansion project and so on that we started 2 years ago, feels like 10 years ago. So that's a good thing going forward. And then probably one of the big things yet to be confirmed is there'll probably be an announcement from the New Towns Commission about where they're going to be putting their new towns. I think personally, just before conference season, so probably the end of this month. It was meant to be earlier this year and it's been delayed and delayed. So no doubt we'll know fairly soon whether one of the areas they're looking at is around here. And if it is, then we can gather our thoughts, roll up our sleeves and see what's to be done next.
And last time I asked Celia about the application for the village queen, which has been sat on for well over a year now. I know on King's Council.
Okay, was that Liam was working on it, was he?
Well, I haven't heard anything now.
Okay,
And that was the last council, which was the June or July, I can't remember which one, so I haven't heard anything.
okay.
It was Chris actually that's going to do
Yeah.
it.
Chris,
Yes, it was Chris.
The last we heard that, and it just thought of being paused because there's been a development of some sort.
No,
In-
because they were looking at,
Something
there was any-
that changed the criteria or something.
Let me find out,
Yeah.
here's the answer, and I'll get back to you, I'll email you, or I'll nudge Chris. to
Yeah.
Email you, depending on who he's talking to.
thank you.
Anything else?
May I ask a question, please?
Yes.
Kathleen, what, the instance you're talking about, are they in Kathleen themselves or the approach to Kathleen?
Both. So
Yes.
some have been, because we've had a number of cars on their roofs,
Yeah.
so coming in from Newport, so from the road, from the park. There seems to be the two areas. And when we asked highways to do a speed assessment because of where the problems we're having, instead they put the speed monitoring strips
Yeah.
right in the middle of the hamlet.
Yeah.
So a 500-yard stretch between two 90-degree turns. Funny enough, doesn't show a lot of speeding. So I've asked for that to be done, but also come out and actually see it themselves, have them drive them through it.
It's just the opposite of Cook's Oak. If you go from Newport Road to, from Hanslow towards Tattle End,
Mhm.
you go past two bad bends. One is awful. They have trimmed the hedge back a bit,
Yeah,
but that definitely is going to cause
I shall
problems.
add that to my list and we shall drive past it.
Thank you very much.
So. Anything else?
Right, anything else?
No.
Thank you, thank you.
Problem.
Right, we'll get back to where we were now, which is 6.11, which is the planning enforcement application by the planning department at the council to do with the installation of heat pumps at a house in North Street, which are too close to the neighbouring house. So there's not very much we can do apart from note it, I think. Unless anybody has anything to say about it.
No.
No. Okay. The carrying on with planning applications, the two that are continuing is the big warehouse at Cosgrove. Have there been any developments on
Eight
that?
pounds and strange fallen floor, which is only in this part, might slow things down. So, rapidly on. Not most is happening as far as I know.
They keep changing the date, the objections, don't they?
Yeah, well, we had a public meeting a while ago and the developers, agents, come along and they do a lot of talking. I'll tell you one thing, they do a lot of talking.
Yeah. Not much action.
No, nothing's the biggest problem there, it's that's an elevated site, and we're looking at new bit of
Mm.
we've got a roof and 5 foot wall pitches, that's all wet.
Yeah.
That's only one building, there's
Yeah.
more of them.
Yeah. It's going to be real fun when it's built. Yep. Okay, moving on. 8.1 to consider and agree to a part two meeting which the public are excluded to discuss certain confidential matters. So I would propose that. That's seconded by Darren. Agreed unanimously. 8.2 is to consider supporting the Milton Keynes Council consultation on vehicle-related antisocial behaviour public space protection order. This would basically stop the Saturday night drag racing and things that goes on, and the area covers the whole of the borough of Milton Keynes, including Castlethorpe and Hanslope. I think that we would propose that we support the consultation.
What, but you
So
can't
you-
collaborate in any way.
You can, in fact, they're actively asking for people to fill
Right.
it in independently, but
Okay.
this was just to see whether we wanted to submit it as a parish council,
Right.
because you can submit it as a resident or as a parish council. So if you're happy for me to fill it in on a
Yeah.
parish council basis,
So,
I can do. The only
where do they find the, if people want to support it themselves, where do they find it?
Did you put it on? I think you might have put it on.
Assuming they're gonna,
We'll put it on again because
Yeah.
I've got some posters that I can put on the
Yeah.
notice boards.
they're gonna
I think you
update the
might-
dates, aren't they?
But yeah, 27th of October, I think, the date.
No,
Oh,
the,
sorry.
the documents attached that we've got access to, talking about 2018, and then says it come into effect in 2020, 3 years. So moving past that,
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's to do with
This
cruising.
is for blame it on COVID.
oh, is there, yeah. Is there another, is that in the
This
folder?
is, no.
No, it's just that there's one in the folder and it's,
An old one.
it's old.
Yeah.
Assuming quantity wordings.
7.2, it's this. Yeah. Well, if anybody would like to comment on it, then we'll put it on Facebook as well.
So I presume we're all happy to support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a sort of, you know, right.
But just updated.
Yeah.
Right. 8.3, just let me get there. Just let me get up. Is the to consider support applying for a share of the MKCC Household Support Fund and where to redirect the funds. This is £75,000 government funded programme, of which Milton Keynes Council gets 75,000 to allocate to parishes, so that they can continue to provide vital initiatives such as community cafes, community hubs, social clubs and wellbeing support, including warm places, pop-up cafes and other informal social activities where people can meet up with the aim of preventing poverty locally and building local resilience and support. So this is on a one-off basis, and this will need to be a consideration when putting arrangements in place.
So we can qualify for £500
Yeah,
as a parish. I did check whether we could use it for the soup and roll initiative that the church are starting in the autumn.
that would qualify me.
And we would qualify for that.
Does anybody have any other suggestions apart from that?
What about your community?
They don't.
They need a bank account. They don't have a bank account, unfortunately.
The old people's Christmas bill.
It's the same thing. They don't have a
Yeah, fair enough. That's
So the school, they run after school sessions and things
What do
like that.
what do they need money for?
To help fund the after school sessions, to help pay staff and provide
I'm not
snacks.
sure we can do it.
I don't think that-
Education, yeah, I don't think. I
No,
think education normally sits
Okay.
in.
I think it has to be more like voluntary.
Yeah.
We do pay for that as well.
Just.
No, I know, be nice. Right,
Well, in the absence of any other suggestions, then I would propose that we nominate the church superintendent sandwich. Okay, so every second it.
which one, sorry, was? What did you,
The church superintendent.
no,
It's a voluntary.
Agreed unanimously. Next one is the voluntary sector funding, which yeah, looking at the wrong one. This is a fund from Milton Keynes Council for assisting voluntary organisations. Sorry,
It's the 106 pot that we applied for,
Yeah.
that we were going to manage ourselves, and then we were.
yeah, Phil would like to speak on this.
Yeah, I mean, just to clarify, as part of the many S106 pots associated with Carrington Grove, there is one for voluntary sector organisations. Now, the Hanslope and Castlethorpe Scouts, or Sea Scouts, asked us, and they came to a meeting, you'll remember, if they could have some to provide a welfare unit for their group. We took that through to Milton Keynes Council, and they actually rather took the view that because the total pot, which is just over £7,000, I think, is so small, it would suit them more if they delegated the disbursement authority to the parish council. And although they were actually very happy with the Sea Scouts application, part of that was that we obviously had to advertise it, and there have been a number of applications that have come in. The Sea Scouts one, of course, is there, which is a large one with respect to the total pot. It's £5,000. The others that have come in appear to have problems with them, either, as Russell has already mentioned, to do with organisations not actually having a bank account, which is a requirement, or some concerns about whether they would properly qualify. Now, we don't have to decide on all of them tonight. I would certainly recommend that the council decides on the Sea Scouts tonight, because there is a certain urgency about that. But the others, if councillors aren't comfortable with the case that is made, cricket is another one, for example, where we've talked about a ball stop net that could be erected. It's about £1,000. Whilst that seemed okay, the cricket club have asked that it stays up right through the season, which I think we would need to talk to Luke Jeffries at the Pavilion about. I think CCS, the community infrastructure, the community interest company, would also need to take a view, because they rent the land, which Russell and I are obviously part of on the other side. So I think that one definitely ought to be deferred. Yeah. And I have to David Spinelli there. My recommendation would be that council does move to a vote on the Sea Scouts, but defers the other applications at this time. Thank you, Russell.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I agree with that. The other one was from Milton Keynes Swimming Club. I think we need a bit more information about their application before we can decide on it.
Mr. Chairman, what level were they asking for?
£600, I think.
So by granting one, we won't preclude necessarily.
No, there will be some, I think.
The pot is £7,217.
So there is enough for both of those, both the cricket and the swimming club, if they actually qualify. So on that basis, then I would propose that we support the grant of the money to the Sea Scouts, the £5,000 that they've requested.
Yeah.
Second, Daniel. All in favour? Yes. Thank you. The next one is.
Sorry to interrupt, but Darren really ought to have declared an interest in that one.
I did think that, but am I, as a cub leader, not a Sea Scout leader?
It's a different organisation. It's a different organisation.
It's still in the same. It's got the same overarching person, but I don't have anything to do with Sea Scouts. Yes. But I did think that Bill was, but I did hold my tongue based on the facts. I didn't deal with the Sea Scouts. Does that qualify?
Yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah, just cubs.
Right. Okay, carrying on again with applications to funds for money. The Thames Valley Police have a community fund which has a £200,000 over the whole of the Thames Valley police area, which includes Berkshire, Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, and Milton Keynes, and they are looking for ideas to help fund to prevent a crime or stop crime or reduce crime.
I think it makes sense to put people off committing offences in the first place.
Yeah. So one idea that has been raised is another speed identification device. I was wondering whether another ANPR camera would qualify. Phil, I'd have to ask you, you're the expert on this.
I'm not sure how much use an ANPR is, to be honest.
They are used a lot.
Yeah.
You've got anything, we have a long time been up. It's handy to say, if you've got it, that might put somebody off, but I doubt it. I would go for safety, to be honest, because it's visible. And it's instant.
Phil was just about to explain something.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be inclined to agree with Dave. The ANPR was originally put up when there were a number of cross-border incursions, burglaries and thefts and so on, from people who were coming in from Northamptonshire, doing the dirty and then whipping back in the knowledge that the inter-force cooperation was inadequate. As a result, ANPRs were put up in Hanslope and in Castlethorpe to try and, pick them up as they came in from Northants. However, it was quite a difficult process. I had to work very closely with the sergeant at Newport Pagnell, and he had to take the case to an ANPR committee. And I have also heard, I think from Havisham PC, that parish councils can no longer have ANPRs. So I think we got in on a previous regime. So I think that would be hard work going for ANPR. And I think I would rather agree with Dave that just going for a straightforward SID would probably be a little bit easier. Hope that helps.
Yeah, okay. My thinking was that the Hanslope and Station Road ones guard the entrance to Northamptonshire, and having another one on the road towards Wolverton would complete the triangle to fully protect the village from people coming in and out and committing crimes in the village. But as it would appear to be virtually impossible to get it, then I would think I have to go back to applying for another SID. So, Dave, would you like to propose that?
Yeah, I would propose that.
And can we have a seconder? All those in favour?
Just 1 and 2.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much, I mean, there's a pot of this amount of money, but I don't know how much. I mean, that's not going to go that far, is it? 200,000 between those areas. The SIDs are about.
Well, if we had 2, one coming in.
Well, one in
Station Road and one Wellington End.
There's already one on Station Road.
Oh, Phil. Phil.
Yeah, I mean, I would be inclined only for one further SID, perhaps on Bullington End Road. We have them on 2 others. Station Road is very, very difficult because of the build outs along there. Yeah. So I would do that, but I would also suggest, I know that Steve Bradbury has been trying for a year or more to try and get Community Speedwatch going. And I wonder if a little, I'm not detracting from the vote that council's already taken on the SID, but perhaps it might consider adding what are relatively inexpensive Community Speedwatch equipment in as well. I think once we had the equipment, Steve might actually find there's a little bit more momentum in getting some volunteers to come out and do that. And the problem is that Matthew Barber is very, very keen on Community Speed Watch. And if you want to get any other kind of resource or attention on speeding issues, you've basically got to have the CSW data to back you up. So I think council might perhaps consider that as a supplementary to the SID, which it's already voted on.
Yeah, at the meeting in Hanslope on Friday, he was very vociferous in his support for SIDs and things, because some of the people in Hanslope didn't realise that they'd had a long-standing Speedwatch organisation going for several years.
We have just put half a page ad in the Castlethorpe News, which I think has come out today, asking for volunteers. So hopefully that might generate some interest.
So, well, I'll propose adding that to the.
So we go for a SID and some C.
Yes.
FW equipment.
I think it'll be an and or. Really.
What should we?
We'll go for both of them.
That shouldn't be too much, should it? A speed gun and some high-vis vests.
We got the high vis vest. Still the gun.
Slide chairs and coffee on the.
Most important in the high vis.
Okay.
Okay, so 8.6 is to send a letter to Sustrans on behalf of the village, thanking them for the improvements to the cycle track, which, if you've seen the pictures or been up there, it is a great improvement. It means you can get to Wolverton now without getting drenched in mud.
Yeah, it's really good. A lot more people are using it now.
Yeah. And there was a picture of the opening of it with some people, including certain people from Castlethorpe.
It's a great spot for car cruising as well.
Yeah, so
But now you can't drag race.
Get enjoy elsewhere.
So is everybody happy with that?
Yes.
Right, I'll propose it then. Second and
It's not fun.
and I'll draft it with you, Jackie. Right, we have to sign on the AGAR, the AGAR, which I can't remember what it stands for now.
No, but basically it's been completed and the external.
It's been on the notice board on the village website.
There was only one matter arising, was that we ticked a box wrong on the application form, which said that we'd done a risk assessment, but it wasn't actually minuted until the following meeting. And although I explained that we had verbally agreed it, we still wouldn't have it, and we've got a little mark against it, but there was no additional fees or anything incurred. So
okay, so we can sign it off then.
I think so.
Okay. 8.8 is to consider asking Milton Keynes Council to arrange for the streetlights in Castlethorpe to be switched off from 23:30 to 05:30 to save money, improve the dark sky, and also benefit the wildlife in terms of allowing them a natural environment at night. So, Dave.
Okay, well, I appreciate this is probably a fairly contentious resolution. So first of all, I'd like to know what people here think, whether they would support it or not. If there is a level of support for it, then
I would support it. There are a few problems that I can think of. So I would support it in principle. Yes.
I know Phil has suggested that we don't, if we do agree to this, we don't put it forward as a Castlethorpe initiative, rather we feed it into a ward councillor and for them to take it up as a Milton Keynes initiative.
Yeah. Would you like to propose that?
May I ask a question? Is this 7 days a week, or can you do just weekends?
Well, my suggestion would be 7 days a week, because the reasons I've given are basically 24/7. But I mean, I put those times down. You know, there might be an argument, say go from midnight to 5:30 or whatever.
Are they currently on all night?
Yeah, they are.
The solar powered on.
LEDs.
Some of them seem to be on time. Some of them to be on timers that don't actually work correctly.
Well, I mean that is an issue with some lights just on all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that would just be a question of reports and as and when.
And that's why for make solar power, because when they run out of battery, they go off. There's normally 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
What time does so if you think about it logically, places like the Pavilion, for instance, what time do they close? So what time would people be walking back?
11 o'clock.
Okay, so
11, so
I should ask Steve for his money.
Yeah,
I know, I agree with you in principle, but yeah, I think it's just. I don't know how dark it is if there was no lights on.
very.
Well, I have been on the sports.
Well, yeah, I get, yes, yeah.
I think it's quite dark on the lights personally, but that's still.
It would be very dark without lights on.
But I mean, the people who would be doing sort of like, I mean, for instance, Ollie, he walks dog probably 11:30, and I did ask him, and he said, no, I'll just wear a head torch, it's fine. Because he wears a head torch anyway, and he's been known to go down the field, so. But that's the only thing I would say.
I was more considering children sort of going to visit other children in the village and then coming back. I think Ollie can look after himself.
I think children shouldn't be out on 11:30.
That's an entirely different argument. Okay, that's an entirely, and I would agree with you. That would be my only concern, or I could see a hiatus occurring from them.
I would suggest moving it to
Yeah.
12.
yeah.
I think midnight would be.
Our North America correspondent has something to say.
Yeah, I mean, this has been raised before. In fact, I've got a feeling I raised it many years ago. And the argument from Milton Keynes Council at the time was a fear of crime issue, that people would worry that ne'er-do-wells would take advantage of the dark to break in. Now, I made this point to Dave when he first put the motion forward. It probably wouldn't be an issue in Castlethorpe, but it would be an issue in other parts of the urban parts of Milton Keynes, perhaps. And Milton Keynes Council might not want to have separate policies for the rural and the urban areas. But I think it's worth putting back on the table again. I think there's since that time when it was raised, I think there is been a much more raising of consciousness about energy saving and about dark skies. So I think both of those are, legitimate points to raise. But I think for reasons that we know, it'd be better if it went through as a general Milton Keynes issue through the ward councillor rather than us raising a matter of streetlights ourselves.
Okay.
I have to admit, I hadn't thought about the crime side of things, and I think that, like at the moment, people can actually use ring doorbells and things to get people who are trying to break into cars and things like that. And obviously, I park my car on the road, so that the street light is the only lighting that it has. So it's a difficult one. I'm very torn now because thinking about the crime side of
Ring
things.
doorbells aren't great without exterior light.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
night vision in them.
Yes.
Newer versions.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would concern me. It would be.
I think that would be most people's concern.
Yeah, and I literally didn't think of it before. I was just thinking about the energy saving, but yeah, especially if people who don't have a driveway or anything like that and have to park on the road. If it was pitch black, then it's sort of open house, isn't it? If anybody was just go along, nobody would be able to see anything. Yeah. So, but
So, would it be worth putting something on Facebook asking for what people in the village think? Do you
I think it should be a village decision.
saying it's been raised and we can defer this until the next meeting?
We're here to
Whenever.
represent the village, so I think that, yeah, I think the villagers should definitely have a say.
Yeah. Okay. Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
So we will defer this to the next meeting, but in the meantime, I'll put something on Facebook asking for people's opinions. Okay. Right. That's it for the exciting stuff. We're now down to signing the monthly payment schedule.
So there's two, because I did the ones that we'd already paid
Right.
during last month. which was agreed internally,
Yeah.
and then this is this one.
That's last month's.
Are you on the phone?
Yeah.
Basically?
Yeah.
I think so, but not sign anything.
Say that out loud, Dave. It's well known.
Right, so the September one, which hasn't yet been agreed, is
I think I said it right, but.
it's the cleaning, parks, salary, dog waste bin collection, landscaping. Are the usual monthly ones. On top of that, there is some training from the Association of Local Councils, some diesel for spraying and tree trimming at the sports ground, some wheelchair accessible tables for use around the pavilion area, of which 50% will be reimbursed as a grant by Milton Keynes Council, and the cost of reviewing the AGAR, which we've just agreed to. And then the rest is just the utilities, general utilities and things. Has anybody got any questions?
No.
No. Okay, we're happy to approve them then.
You?
Fine.
Thank you very much.
And the final item is any correspondence received.
No, there was a resident that was reporting that some rats were getting into her garden, and she wanted us to investigate. But after speaking with Phil and Steve, I think it was on highways, so I've referred them back to highways.
There was also the crime report for Castlethorpe came out where sorry, Phil, let's get his hand up again, Phil.
Yeah, sorry. Can I just check? Was there a formal vote on the August payment schedule? Because I think that does need to be on the record. I saw everyone approved the September payment schedule too. It really, I think, Jackie, it probably ought to be recorded that the both were done, because otherwise we'll get a slap on the wrists.
Yeah, okay. I'll propose then that the August payment schedule is approved.
Yeah, I think you did say both, but
Yeah, I think we did vote actually, but still,
I'll record it.
we'll do it again.
I'll record it.
Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, I can't, I haven't got the crime figures to hand. Let's see if I can find them.
It was only one theft from a vehicle.
Yeah, there were several local burglaries in other areas.
Someone actually stole a Portaloo.
Yeah, that's strange, isn't it?
They must be desperate.
Rather desperate.
We had one suspicious vehicle.
Was it being used at the time?
The other incidents around the surrounding villages are that Portaloo. Criminal damage to a car that was keyed, some bikes were stolen, and the theft out of a glove compartment in a car, and most worryingly, theft of an Amazon parcel from a doorstep, as well as eggs and milk, which I think is pretty low life, isn't it?
Amazon are just, honestly, we're doing my head in. They say handed in to the, and then they just leave it on the doorstep on the street.
and then just take them out.
Anybody to get hold of them and say, what a pathetic service then.
Yeah, at least we've got a driveway.
Yes, but honestly, they left it on my doorstep. I took a picture of it and I was literally just sitting on pavement outside my front door. And then lied and said handed to the household. Yeah.
Okay, well, so the next ordinary parish meeting will be back on the usual Monday, the first Monday of October, which is the 6th of October. So thank you for the people that have been watching live here in the hall and the people watching on YouTube. And it's time to end the YouTube